Good day. Good day, supervisors. Kamusta? Today we're going to talk about, we're still in critical thinking. And under the first leg of critical thinking, we're going to talk about seeking relevant information. Yeah. So this is the topic for today. And again, di ba, when we normally start, we try to define the terminology of the topic itself. So when you talk about relevant information, this is data that is applied to solve a problem. So this is basically the reference point of your source of the solutions that you came up for solving a problem. So if the information that you base your decision on is flawed, your your decision will be flawed, right? So that's why this is a very important element in a leader's decision making process. So why is relevant information important? Yeah, kasi ito, just straight to the point. Relevant data is indisputable, meaning you cannot find holes or you cannot argue or you cannot dispute it. If our organization wants to make decision based on facts, having actionable data on hand empowers you to answer any why question. So ibig sabihin, kahit na piloso po yung tanong sa iyo ng why, ng why, ng why, ng why, because your solution is based on relevant information, you can always answer with confidence. So back in the bank where I used to work for, we used to have monthly KPI reviews. In addition to revenue metrics, di ba? Kasi may mga, ang revenue parating, that's always part of a KPI. We have what we call a balanced scorecard approach to management. So our reviews are always based on relevant information that comes in the form of KPIs or key performance indicators. Now, since it's a balanced scorecard approach, our KPIs are grouped into four quadrants. So you have the quadrant on revenue. So ito yung mga 3 or 4 KPIs pertaining to how much the bank is making, and then what's the profitability, what's the expense, and all of that. There is a set of KPIs for process improvement. Kasi we believe that higher quality comes from better people, better process, better tools. So kasama yan. And then of course, since the bank is in the service industry, we also have KPIs for customer service. Diba? We want to understand yung mga number of complaints, the length of time before a complaint is resolved, how fast we answer the phone. So there are certain KPIs that we use to make decisions related to customer service. And then, of course, we are only as good as our people. So we have KPIs with sources from relevant information on people development. Because our people is our most important asset. So we just don't say it, we have to measure it in order to make sure that we are constantly developing our people. So another example is HR has 7 different practices. So may mga 7 legs ang HR, no? And one of the legs of HR is HR analytics. HR analytics. In my previous company, we also review HR analytics, yung KPIs ng HR analytics to address, certain issues before it becomes a problem or certain risks before it becomes a problem. HR also gets to see the trend and acts accordingly, no? So kunyari yung attrition, nakikita nila yung trend. Now they're basing the trend or the KPI on relevant information. Or example, the number of people who tendered resignation in the last 6 months, di ba? Do we use a wide or narrow set of relevant information to make a good decision? Then of course that depends, no? That depends on the KPI that you have. Ayan, to be crystal clear, relevant data reported correctly has to be indisputable. Hindi siya pwedeng questionin. Now there is an hierarchy, when it comes to data and information and knowledge, right? So the relevant information has a certain hierarchy, three steps yan. Data by itself is useless. Kung data lang in itself, no? Kunyari, you have a collection of birthdays. That by itself is useless. 'di ba? Hindi siya very useful. Kasi it's just a bunch of data. It's just a bunch of parang data sets. Knowledge, on the other hand, is data and statistics that is collected together to be used as a reference. So ngayon, pag kinuha mo yung bunch of, let's say, no, birthdays, and you started putting it all together. Example lang. You want to see, based on that bunch of birthdays within the company, gusto mong makita how many people are baby boomers, how many people are Gen X, Gen Y, and Gen Z. So now it's no longer just data, because you grouped it together to form relevant relevant information. Now it is becoming to be a knowledge, 'di ba? So yun, 'di ba? Knowledge is getting data and finding relationships between them. So knowledge is getting data, kukunin mo si data, and then finding relationships between them to make it useful, right? Relevance naman is making the data or knowledge useful. So example, in this particular example, ngayon alam ko na kung ilan yung baby boomer, alam ko na yung kung ilan yung Gen X, Gen Y, Gen Z. Now I can start putting together a better mentoring program kasi I wanna connect Gen X and Gen Y to baby boomers and sorry, Gen Y and Gen Z, and assign them to baby boomers and Gen X in terms of mentoring. And also, I can figure out a better approach to training. Kasi training a baby boomer might not be the same as training a Gen X, a Gen Y, and a Gen Z. So now, the knowledge, the second step, no, becomes now relevant. It becomes relevant kasi it becomes useful. Okay? Nagkamali yung yung sequencing. Pero so that's it, no? Relevant information has a hierarchy. At the lowest, it's data. When you put it together to make something meaningful, it becomes knowledge. When you use it for a good decision making mechanism, then it becomes relevance. Yun. So that's it. And then again, no, as usual, my question is share an example of what information is relevant for you at your work and personal life.